going on, peeps? I honestly might have to take my sweatshirt off. It's actually hot in here. It's supposed to snow in Florida, just crazy. It's Tuesday, which blows my mind. I moved here to get away from the snow and I inevitably get closer to it, which is just perplexing. It's fine. We'll live with it. We'll live with it. So I'm trying to get more people before I get way into this thing. Hopefully you guys can see this with some good visuals, right? The optics aren't horrible. I'm trying to separate my channel to be two different channels, okay? Basically, what I want to do is have my Coach Cringe channel, which is effectively going to be a channel where I post clips of this stuff and then get into the weeds of more complicated, controversial, and political topics, so that I'm not constantly bombarded with people who hate seeing that content. So I started this channel. I'm trying to figure out a name, and I would actually love your guys' help to figure out like an appropriate name for this thing so that it's dialed. Like we have like a good name that can stick in the algorithm. I was just thinking about changing it to Cringe Kolton or Cringe K. I'm thinking Cringe K is going to be the way to go. But I don't know yet. So I definitely need your guys' help with that. Because for me, I think Cringe K is it. But I'm a little hesitant. I do want to change it, but you can only change it so many times. So I have to be a little careful. So I'll wait for you guys' opinion on that. I'll check the comments after this live is published and make sure that we have that solidified. Because I think this channel will be fun. This is kind of like my side project, my little passion project compared to the main channel, which is doing quite well, but definitely not like, it's not a place where I've realized it's not a place where I can talk openly about things. What's up, brother? Enter the K-hole. That's what it's about. Yeah, so if you guys have any ideas, I'm fucking down. I want to hear kind of your ideas on what we could be labeling that channel as, because I do want it to grow. Like I want that to be like a little side project. I love talking shit. I love talking about controversial things. I love having discussions. I feel like what this live is it's just having discussions. It's kind of like my hangout time with you guys in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it better than that, to be honest. It's like some weird parasocial shit, but it works. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys are doing great. I hope that life is treating you well. I hope that things are only getting better and better for you guys. And the New Year's continues to improve. We're almost 20 days in at this point, which is crazy to think about. Absolutely nuts. But I'm here for it. Kind of scared, to be honest, but we're here for it. It's what it is. Let me see. Okay, sweet. We got some good concurrent viewers. I'm going to pop open a couple things to watch today. I don't know how serious I'm going to get with all this. I'm definitely going to try to get like 2 videos out of this before I hit the sack, before I go to bed. And maybe have some good discussions with you guys, see how everyone's doing. So by all means, if you have questions for me or kind of anything, I'd be happy to answer in the comment section, as always, the live chat. Because that's my spot. I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos too. They are, I'm sort of trying to find my way around the YouTube algorithm, and it's pretty difficult because I've sort of solidified myself into a position where I get boosted from talking about like cringy coaches. I also get boosted talking about bodybuilders, but it's very dichotomous, the audience. Like some guys really like hearing about bodybuilders. Some guys really like hearing about business coaches, but they don't like hearing about the other thing. So I have to kind of find a way to swim around that. But I hope the videos are good and I hope they continue to get better. Also, TikTok's not banned anymore, which is kind of crazy. It's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Okay. So let's get straight into things, guys. We're going to stick right in to a pretty cool video. I think it might be a cool video. It's why banning red number 3 in America took decades. Ultra processed food life by Business Insider. I think it's pretty applicable to this channel. For once, we're actually talking about something that has relation to Cringy Slop by K. That's a good name, actually. I like that. Keep it going. Keep cooking. I think there's something there. I think this is a lot of application to, you know, what the channel talks about, you know. I think this is going back to our roots, dietary health and all that good stuff, you know. So I figured we might as well click it on it and see what's going on. See what's going on with red number 3, because there's red 40. There's all sorts of dyes now, you know. I don't know which one's bad or good.
Artificial dyes are all over American foods.
Well, I don't think it's just American foods. First of all, it's very clearly the most of the world. I've been a few places. It's definitely, for sure, basically everywhere. Cult cringe. Cult of cringe. Coltonology. I like cult of cringe. Cringy Slop by K. Cringy Slop by K has a little bit of a ring by it, you know? That could be like a ringtone.
Usually derived from petroleum. Some dyes, like red number 3, have been linked to cancer, ADHD, and issues with the nervous system. But its use in...
No wonder these kids are so brain dead. It's the red 3. That's what it is. It's not social media. It's not poor nutrition in general. It's not malnourishment. It's not poor parenting. It's red number 3, boys. We've cracked the fucking matrix. We know what's going on with the society at large, why it's failing. It's the red number 3.
In the US has only grown over the last few decades.
Now, for the first time, the FDA is banning red number 3 in food products across the US. California is also restricting a whole spectrum of food dyes, and RFK Jr. has vowed to do the same at the national level.
Which I think is a great thing, by the way. People hate on RFK, bro, but hey, man, if he's like just kind of digging out the shit in our dietary intake, I think that's awesome. I'm down, bro. No one's looking at that stuff right now. No one's caring about it. They can put anything in our food. Oh, yeah, the FDA looked at it. How do I know that? Just because it has some kind of labeling? Just because it's in Target? I don't know for sure. Shit could just be there because it's there. Somebody paid enough guys enough money to just kind of, it's fine. You ever heard of the Swiss cheese model? When you line up enough slices of Swiss cheese, eventually the holes of the Swiss cheese are going to line up and you're going to be able to poke your finger all the way through. Even though there's all of these layers of Swiss cheese, and theoretically you shouldn't be able to poke your hole through because they're all covering the holes, every once in a while there's a good chance that there's going to be a hole that lines up all the way through all those slices. I feel like that's what most things are like in America that are regulated.
What would it take to fully remove these artificial colors that are all over American food?
I'm Mia DeGraff, and I'm a health...
Do you think he ate the McDonald's on the plane? RFK's a great guy, but he definitely ate the McDonald's on the plane. But let's be honest. If you're flying private and you're booking it, what are you going to choose to eat, man? You got fucking McDonald's, the private and Secret Service with you. You're choosing the McDonald's, man. It's like, let's hop in and out. I remember in the military, we were, I don't even know if I should say this. We were in a parade one time and we had like a Humvee and we drove through McDonald's in the Humvee with like full kits on and stuff because we just had to bounce. We couldn't stop anywhere. So it's like, you're not going to just park the Humvee out in front of a fucking Qdoba and walk in there, you know? You're going to grab a thing that you can drive through. So we did it. You know, everyone was freaking out and we were there taking pictures of us and shit. And we're like, please don't do that because we'll actually get in trouble. He looked like to be in pain holding that burger.
Editor at Business Insider. So how do we start using natural dyes in the first place?
My go-to McDonald's has to be McDouble, McChicken. Split the McDouble. I call this the McGangbang. I don't care what y'all call it. That's what I call it. Split the McDouble, slap the McChicken, slap it right in between, and then clap that fucking McDouble straight on top. So you have one half of the McDouble on bottom, one half of it on top, and then a McChicken slap dog in the middle. That is the most tasty motherfucking shit you could ever eat in your entire life.
Red dyes like
Was your food free? Absolutely not. Surprisingly, most people, maybe not so surprisingly in that era of time, maybe things are swinging the other way. People did not like military.
Chenille date back thousands of years in Mexico. It comes from bugs raised on cactuses called cochineals. And the acid in their guts makes a vibrant red dye. Across Europe and the Middle East, red color was derived from madder, a plant from the coffee family.
So here's my question. Why can't we keep using that stuff? Sounds pretty good to me. It's basically just a plant.
Archaeologists found traces of it in linen found in Tutankhamun's tomb, and in wool discovered in Viking burial grounds. In Asia, turmeric has been used to naturally color food and fabrics for thousands of years. And ancient civilizations in that region also extracted indigo or blue. They would ferment indigofera plant leaves in water to extract the blue color. The first food dye used in the US was in the late 1800s for
TikTok is back. Open it up, baby. Let's check this shit out. Trump already brought it back. I'm not even lying. Trump already brought it back. It took him a whole couple hours. Look. TikTok, open up. What's this? It's TikTok, buddies. It's back on. It didn't even take 6 hours. Brother got it back up. He's not even president yet. Don't know how that works.
margarine. This dye was called butter yellow.
If you open it right now, if you have it on your phone, I don't know if you do, it says, "Congratulations, TikTok is back thanks to Donald Trump." It literally says thanks to Donald Trump. He has passed regulation for us to keep our application open to all Americans. So that's crazy. That's insane, to be honest.
Butter yellow is made of aniline, which is a...
I ate ginger. That's what I ate. That has red dye in it, surprisingly. Like the sushi ginger, like I love that shit, so I buy it at the store, the Oriental store. That sushi pink ginger has red 3 in it. Hey, Kolton, if someone is already lean and does not have stomach inflammation, is there any way to make a stomach super flat looking? Yeah, man. You just have to improve digestion. I think a lot of it is improving your fat mass, like reducing fat mass further. A lot of people think they're lean just because they can see the outlines of abs, but really to get that flat of a stomach, I mean, you got to be lean, dude. Lean, like cut yourself into oblivion, kind of lean. So it's hard. It is absolutely hard. I think also digestion plays a very large role in that. If you're having lower abdominal inflammation, that's something we could talk about maybe on IG, because that's a whole convoluted topic to discuss. Like there's SIBO, there's H. pylori, there's maybe it's just the diet itself, maybe it's hydration, so many things. So many things. Yeah, and you know, one quick dub says try carnivore. I don't know if that's the best solution, but I will say that dropping carbohydrates will reduce lower abdominal inflammation pretty quickly. And most bodybuilders do that for that specific reason. So yeah, absolutely. From pushing a 2020 ban to swooping in with the save, the hypocrisy of TikTok is hilarious. It is actually so funny. It's so funny. It was first it was a CCP application, then Donald Trump used it to win his election, and now he's already brought it back into service within 6 hours of it being banned. It's pretty. I've literally, after he dropped a fucking crypto meme coin. What is this world we're living in? Like, this is an absolute fucking joke, man.
A derivative of coal. It was designed to make buttery products look more buttery. By the mid-20th century, butter yellow was phased out after it was shown to cause bladder cancer.
What? I never knew that. That's horrible. I used so much of that stuff as a child. I used to eat it in chunks. Long story there, but that was like one of my favorite snacks. I'd eat butter, just like the stick.
Headaches, nausea, and damage to the liver and kidneys. But other dyes came in. In 1878, we had Red 2, which is made from petroleum. In the early
What? Come on.
1900s, we made Red 3, which is another petroleum-based dye.
Soon after, there were more than a dozen artificial dyes available for sale.
What I don't understand about this, you guys, is like, how did we go from a herb that made something red to a dye made out of petroleum? Like, those are two extremes that I just will never comprehend. And what scientist was like, let's stick petroleum in everybody and see how it works. And then it was like, hey, send it. I had an MRE chocolate protein shake after the gym. Jeez, not sure what was in it, but it didn't sit well. Brother, that is never going to sit well. That's probably the lowest quality, the biggest L supplement you can take, I'll be honest.
And most companies were favoring them over
It probably had a bunch of red 3 in it. That's what it had.
natural ones because they were cheaper. Synthetic dyes are made in labs using byproducts from coal and petroleum. These are then fused with brightly colored compounds and then ground up into a powder that can be added to food products. The chemical structures can be very different depending on how they're created. That's why some dyes that are the same color are classified with different numbers or letters.
Over the years,
Y'all ever make cookies when you were kids and like you were mixing the frosting and coloring it to design your cookies, and you're putting like the red dye in one, or maybe you're mixing red and green dyes together to make one color, and you'd make like Christmas cookie batches like that. I used to do that shit back in the hood. And now I'm just thinking of it as like this horrifying criminal act, because I use an abundance of these dyes. I could go through one thing of dye in a single cookie making batch with that frosting and shit. I probably gave someone cancer, if not myself, at some point.
concern about the potential health impacts of synthetic food dyes
I'll cough it out though. It's not a big deal. It'll probably come out later.
have not gone away. On Halloween in 1950, kids across the US started developing diarrhea and stomach issues. A federal investigation
What's up, Brian? Welcome to the content consumption.
found that the culprit was a food dye derived from coal. It was called Orange No. 1, and it had been approved for use in 1907. The investigation found that this dye and another dye called Red 32 were extremely toxic.
I just don't understand. Like, and maybe there's a piece of chemistry that I'm not gathering here, but when you put the word coal and edible together, it just doesn't sound practical in terms of actual use or edibility. Like, that sounds terrifying to me. I would absolutely hate that. Sorry, my dog is acting weird. I would absolutely hey man, let's make coal into a dye and then give it to people, specifically children. And let's see how they do. Let's see how these children fare, these little bitch ass children. Like, what? Crazy, man. Just nonsensical.
Tests on animals found that these dyes damaged vital organs and were linked to premature death.
No shot, huh? All those poor kids. There are parents. That's what's wrong with society. At first, I thought it was Red 3, and it wasn't social media or poor parenting. What it was this orange stuff from Halloween back in 1960s.
They assembled the Delaney Committee.
The pup is sick. We just got out of the urgent care with another pup. Now my pup is sick, so, well, I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to have to probably go to urgent care again. Can you hit the gritty? No. I might not even be wearing clothes underneath this brief layer of clothing on top, so if I hit the gritty, you'd see way too much to be pleasant.
Committee, which was meant to
Or I might be wearing clothes. You'll never know.
investigate all of these dyes and their potential health risks.
They concluded in 1960 that any new chemical needed to get FDA approval before it could be used in food, and they put the burden on companies to prove that chemicals were safe.
Did they, though? Did they really? I feel like they didn't, because what we're talking about is something that's currently in food. Red 40, Red 3. I mean, it's still theirs. Did they put the burden on companies? Companies don't seem to be too burdened by it, I'll say that much.
From 1963 to 1987, the FDA approved 9 new synthetic dyes to be used in foods in the US. However, all of those studies were done on animals. There were no studies in humans, and that is a really important factor to take into account.
Oh, bro, Yellow 3 is starting the frogs gay. Man, they're already completely hermaphrodite frogs at this point. It wasn't mom blowing unfiltered cigs in our faces at the dinner table. It was the food. It was the food dyes, man. It wasn't the fucking cigs, bro. It was the food dyes. The secondhand smoke was just a byproduct of the food dyes. That's what science says, at least.
In 1990, new research showed that some of the most popular red dyes had links to cancer. That prompted the FDA to ban Red No. 3 in cosmetics.
to
Drews, thank you, bro. I'm really good. I hope you're enjoying the content and continue to enjoy it. Thanks for being here.
protect consumers. The Food and Drug Administration and the Federal Trade Commission, respectively, keep careful watch for harmful ingredients in cosmetics.
At the time, the FDA promised to extend that ban to food products too, but that didn't happen. Pressure from the maraschino cherry industry, among other industries.
Of all industries, the maraschino cherries got us, boys. They fucking pulled the chains from underneath us. Son of a bitch.
Blocked that move.
However, that could soon
That's all it takes to take down a whole country. Some maraschino cherries. Shit.
be changing. California recently issued a sweeping ban on artificial food dyes in public school snacks. And on January 15th, the FDA followed suit, announcing a ban on red number 3 in food products because the agency cannot condone a dye that has links to cancer. But red number 3 is everywhere. One analysis shows that about a quarter of all baking decorations and dessert toppings have the dye in it. It's also found in 16% of chewing gums and mints, 13% of candies, and 11% of cookies and
Problem solved. We don't even have to worry about this. Don't eat bullshit. How about that? Whole foods are the way to go. Gets you a steak, a nice tater, a nice sprut. Bake that hoe. Fry up a steak. Eat that. Zero food dyes. I'm not the problem. You are.
biscuits. Manufacturers won't have to make the changes overnight. They have until 2027 to take the
Oh man, that's the perfect size cookie. That is literally the most perfect size cookie you could have. It's like one bite and done kind of cookie, you know? That is the best cookie. Like I want to shove it all in my mouth at one moment. But yeah, we're talking about steaks, so.
dye out of all of their products. Drug companies, like the makers of Tylenol, will have until 2028 to reformulate their products. The move comes as RFK Jr. is promising to impose a ban on all artificial food dyes at the federal level.
Enough is enough. President Trump and I are going to stop the mass poisoning of America.
Man, I feel bad for Art. His voice is just so thrashed, and I think people just it just I know it doesn't. It maybe you and I, the smarter kind, don't take that as some kind of, you know, approach to his intelligence or intellect. But I know a lot of people hear his voice and they're like, "What's wrong with this guy? Like, I don't want to listen to him." It's just sad because he probably has a lot of good things to say. It's just he sounds crazy.
Children.
He is Trump's pick to lead the Health and Human Services Department, which oversees a suite of health departments in the US government. He's proposing a lot of policy changes, but his big one is to do with nutrition. And in particular, he is promising the American people that he will get rid of food dyes in our food system.
I always find it odd. On this channel, we've actually we have covered a lot of people talking about America who aren't from America. And it seems like most people that actually cover the problems in America aren't Americans. And it's odd why that is. I don't judge his voice, just his desire to take away vaccines. Fair enough. I mean, to each their own, right? I'll say this. I'm not super versed in vaccine sciences or viral infections. I do have my opinions on whether something should be forced or not, but ultimately I think that, to each their own. If I'm going to pick the worst of two evils, I think, in terms of the options we had versus what we got now, I think RFK is probably the lesser of those evils, to be completely fair, with what he's actually looking to accomplish. Is RFK natty or not? No, he's on TRT. Confirmed.
Half the research on the health effects of synthetic food dyes shows a link between food coloring and behavioral issues in children. In the early 2000s, 2 new studies in the UK showed a small but significant increase in ADHD among children who consume juices with synthetic dyes in them. Those findings made a huge splash.
AKA all of this audience. You guys are the juice guzzlers. You're smuggling the juices and guzzling them.
Lawmakers in the EU and in the US reviewed this data. The EU quickly ruled that this was enough to warrant warning labels on any food containing synthetic dyes. to tell consumers that there's a link to ADHD. The FDA committee considered warning labels, but concluded that more research was needed. Around 10 years ago, a bunch of food giants did agree.
Why? I just don't, like, you're like, hey, there's a really high likelihood this causes ADHD, like a massive mental disorder that we're dealing with at higher levels than we've ever dealt with before in our society. Let's hold the warning off until we know any better. What's harmful with a fucking warning? Come on, how much did some fucking guy get paid to say, I think we better wait? Why? Why? Like, what is in your mind to think that a warning wouldn't be at least viable as an option? What the fuck is going on? Let's be for fucking real.
To remove synthetic food dyes from cereals and snacks after pressure from consumers. But in the years after that, a few of them brought the dyes back. General Mills, which makes Trix cereal, said that
The problem is kids drinking the juice instead of injecting it. Yeah, man.
they got so many
If we just started having these kids inject vegetable oils with synthetic hormones, I think we'd all be all right.
complaints from consumers that the product was no longer as brilliant and colorful as it had been before.
Would you rather party Hunter Biden or lift with oof? That's a really tough question, bro. I'd say just because I could probably associate better with a man on a superior dose of testosterone, I'd say RFK. 3 cc's of apple juice. I'm putting that right in the glute. That's going right in the buttocks.
So they ditched the natural dyes like
Give me 5 cc's of red 40 and then 3 of red 3. One cheek, left cheek, blue cheek, right cheek.
radish, purple carrots, and turmeric, and brought back the synthetic food dyes, which you see in this product today. Let's now look at Fruit Loops.
The real criminal, Fruit Loops. It's over. Can't do this.
This is the product that RFK really made the focus of his presidential campaign. He said that US Fruit Loops have like 18 ingredients in them, and Canadians Fruit Loops have like 3 ingredients.
That's not actually true because Canadian Fruit Loops also have many ingredients. But the point he was making is that the US version does have more artificial food dyes in it than other countries.
So just looking at the label, we have red 40, yellow 5, blue 1, yellow 6. So 4 food dyes similar to these 2, Captain Crunch and Trix. And these are marketed mainly to kids. It says natural fruit flavors, sweetened multi-grain cereal, and here it says it's a good source of 9 vitamins and minerals.
Canadian Fruit Loops have a ton of glyphosate. I'm sure all Fruit Loops do. Well, be honest, like probably get manufactured at the same sites, especially if we're talking Canada. If we're talking the state of Canada at this point, and America. I mean, it's basically one sesh pool. The ingredients might be slightly different, but I'm sure they have like one hub and then 2 manufacturing lines, and the 2 manufacturing lines are the 2 different series of ingredients, which is weird. It's very weird. Why wouldn't you just make one and follow the rules of another country? I don't know. If the rules are more conservative and you know that the regulations might then press against you in the future, why not just coincide with the one that has maybe tighter regulations on the product? It's kind of spooky, to be honest, like why they would decide to feed the EU a different kind of products as well, then separate us from that kind of group of people instead of just making it, hey, maybe the EU is doing this really progressive thing. Let's just make our product that way so that in the future, if the US switches foot, we don't have to change everything. I mean, that just makes sense to me as a business, but it's weird that they wouldn't think that. And instead they just decide to vigorously keep in these ingredients. A bit spooky.
Let's look at some snacks. We have Doritos.
Never a big Dorito fan.
They are nacho cheese flavored, the best flavor. And obviously you know what you're gonna get from a packet of Doritos, a distinctive orange chip. But looking on the label, let's see.
Yellow 6, yellow 5, yellow 6 Lake, yellow 5 Lake, red 40. Holy Christ. Look at all that. Artificial flavors. Dextrose. Whey protein concentrate. Boys, you never told me that whey protein was in Doritos. Whey protein concentrates in Doritos. That's macros, boys. We're hitting macros today. I love the fact that the second ingredient is vegetable oil. That makes me feel really confident about what I'm eating. It can't even be like flour or something. It has to be vegetable oil.
There's a lot of colors in here. Yellow 6, yellow.
It's like Apple changing over to the USB-C worldwide. Yeah. That's exactly it, right? It's weird that food companies don't do that because it's sensible, but them forcing it upon us, it's just super weird.
5, yellow 6 lake, yellow 5 lake. So that is yellow 5 and 6 made in 2 different.
It makes you wonder what they would look like without the dyes, a flat triangular turd. Most likely. I think they honestly, they pick this shit apart in the lab and they do focus groups and they give you a product and then you're to look at the product and tell the study, whatever, the authors of the study, whatever kind of study that would be, in that focus group, hey, this one looks more preferable, or I like the look of that one more. I like the texture of this one. I like how this one has crumbs. And then after a while of so many hundreds and hundreds of people coming in of all ages and groups, they're like, this one is the one. And that's the one they pick. So I'd assume that without the dyes and stuff, I bet a lot of people would think they actually were super not great. Like super not great. Probably gray, lifeless products. There's this one show and I'm spacing it. Maybe someone here knows it in chat, but there's like this show where everything is gray and it's like a neighborhood. Is it Nobody, Mr. Nobody? I can't remember, but that's kind of what I see here. Like where all the food is gray and has no taste. Absolutely nightmare shit. Just what happens when the food dyes come out is it just literally all gray. Because if you let Fruit Loops, for example, sit in milk for long enough, they just turn flat colored. So they can't all be that color, like it's just flat. And I guess that would really change the perception of, do I want to eat this thing?
Different ways, and red 40. Let's get them out. All right, look at these. I mean, you can't hate them. They look amazing.
I hate them.
But Doritos are sold in Europe as well without the artificial dyes.
So this distinctive color, this smell, it is possible with natural food dyes as well.
So why don't they do it? Why don't they do it? If you know that the regulations are coming for you, or if people are getting upset about this stuff, it'd be so easy. If you're already setting up a infrastructure large enough to serve an entire continent, why wouldn't you just move the other infrastructure over? It's so baffling to me.
So now we're going to look at some products that do have synthetic food dyes and some which you might not expect.
Sad to see, it's a saffron yellow rice. Right here at the bottom, we have artificial color, including FD&C yellow number. It's hidden.
Hydrolyzed corn protein. What? This girl is picking the best bodybuilder snacks right now. That has hydrolyzed whey protein in it, boys. That shit's expensive. You're telling me I can eat rice and get hydrolyzed protein? It's even got dehydrated chicken in there. I don't know how that works.
Yellow number 5 and FD&C red number 3. So 2 artificial colors to make this as yellow as it does appear. Then you also have Morningstar Farms veggie bacon.
Well, come on. We all know this is going to be bullshit. No one wants to eat this fucking fake food stuff. No one actually buys this.
Strips. It's marketed as 100% vegetarian, giving you this wake up and smell the veggie protein, the power of plants. There's a lot of things.
Yeah, we just talked about how, I just looked it up and these are made from petroleum. Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning. And it's petroleum and coal. It's like, who's looking at coal and petroleum and being like, yeah, we should make those into dyes. That'll be good for kids everywhere. That'll be perfect to put into candy. It sounds reasonable.
Things on the front of this package, which the WHO would describe as a health halo. So it's things that are really marketing it as positive and good. You flip it over though, and you do see, let me find it, red number 3 and yellow number 6. You can even find food dyes in foods that you might use in healthy dishes like a salad.
Stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. The worst part of Doritos is the dye. That's a really good point. That's a really good point. in general, I think it's kind of a same thought as I had, where it's like, just eat whole foods and this won't even be a problem. Like this literally would not be a problem in your world if you just ate normal food, truly. And liberally, seasoned and salted your foods and had a good time drinking water, like you'd be generally fine. This wouldn't be an issue. I do take a little bit of problem with the, I guess, distribution of this stuff to people who are unknowing of what it can do and the potential side effects, right? I think that's where it's a big problem for me. But the reality is like, just avoid pre-processed, ultra palatable foods, and you're Gucci. You're Gucci. Like, you don't even have to worry about any of this. Just let the businesses fail. Hope your day was better, man. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that.
Salad. So look at this, for example. This is a light raspberry and walnut vinaigrette dressing.
Who's eating that? Put it back. I'm not picking that up. I should ate mine. I'm not eating that anywhere.
Which on the label says
yuck.
All the flavor you could wish for. Sacrifice calories, but not flavor. However, if you look at the fine print, oh, this is an eyesight test. There is
red 40. Bum, bum, bum.
Is red 40 and blue 1. There's also natural color, so there's caramel color. The reason food companies use synthetic food dyes in something like this is that while raspberries are red, if you have it packaged in a product for a long period of time, and if it goes through a processing, like ultra-processed manufacturing, it might lose a bit of that color through the process. So adding something like red 40 or blue 1 back in is gonna help it maintain the look and appeal. So obviously you can also get the food dyes themselves from the store for home baking or other kinds of decorating, and we got them today. Here's what a few of them look like. And this is the packaging, food colors and egg dye, red, yellow, and blue. So what do these contain exactly? This contains red 40 and red 3. We have yellow. This contains yellow 5 and red 40.
You want a hypogonadism max? That's how you do it. 5 drops a day, straight to the dome. I put that shit in my coffee. I don't want any testosterone. I want my taint to be as large as I can possibly get it. Or sorry, as small as I can get it. That's where we're going.
And blue, this contains blue 1 and red 40.
Remember, California banned red number 3 in 2023, and most recently restricted the use of 6 other dyes in school food. The state gave companies until 2027 to reformulate their products, so this federal ban on one dye isn't completely out of the blue for food giants.
The real benefit of synthetic dyes is economic. Compared to natural dyes, synthetic dyes are cheaper to manufacture, they are less susceptible to environmental factors, so they can be made and used anywhere. They're also easier to control, so they can be more reliable color agents and you have no risk of them fading.
And the market for them is huge. Sales have grown nearly 10% from 2019 to 2023.
That's nuts.
Meanwhile, demand for natural dyes has increased 7% during that same time period. Today, those could be beets, beta-carotene, cherries, strawberries, dried hibiscus
Did she just say beta-carotene? It's beta.
flowers, cranberries, grapes, turmeric, paprika.
All of these things that you know when you touch them, that color is gonna get on your fingers. So let's look at a few of them. Let's start with beets.
I love beets. I love pickled beets so much. It's a weird obsession.
Cooked with beets before, and I can tell you this is a very effective dye. I'm going to be very delicate about how I open this, so let's open this. Ooh.
I can't lie, I do love me some gummy bears, but if it's going to make me hypogonadal, then F that. Well, that's why you inject exogenous testosterone, so you can bypass having to worry about eating gummy bears or not. She's the beta, yeah. She's the beta-carotene. That'd be a cool name, actually. Beta-carotene. Oh well.
Grip strength. Oh my god.
That is really beta, actually.
What the hell? Paige!
I'm gonna try it.
Okay, take 2.
I eat fiber gummies on the reg. I should see if I'm red 40 maxing. You gotta be at least.
All right, now I have a jar opening glove. We'll see if this works. Absolutely mortifying if it doesn't work. Okay. Oh, it came off so easy. Would you look at that? The nice thing about a natural dye like beets as well is that it's packed full of vitamins and minerals that you
Yeah, whoa. You're not getting enough of anything just from a little dye in a small piece of food. Like, we're talking about drops here, not you're not eating a whole fucking beet. Don't go too far overextending yourself there.
want
Like,
to
you aren't getting enough nitrates from beets to do anything good for you. There's not enough nitric oxide consumption from a little drop of beet dye.
get in your diet anyway. So obviously in a food product, it's not going to be that much, but it's a nicer thing to put in your body than something that could be a carcinogen. So looking at that juice, that looks like red dye to me, and I'm gonna touch it. So slightly more soluble than the kind of dye that I would imagine putting in food. Let's actually compare it to the red dye. Next to each other, they look pretty similar. This red sticks to the plate a little more. I can literally see it kind of lingering on the white of the plate in a slightly more synthetic way. Let's look at turmeric now. Turmeric is something that is really widely used in
I know where it's widely used. India.
the food industry in Europe.
Oh shit! I'm so wrong. Sorry.
It's something that some US companies are starting to use in their products, including Kraft's macaroni and cheese. The nice thing about turmeric is that it does have anti-inflammatory properties. It's packed full of health benefits and void of some of the health risks that you apparently get in yellow 5 and yellow 6.
I will agree with her. It does void out those potential risks, but the benefits, I doubt you're going to reach a clinical dose of it eating just a hint of the dye in whatever sort of food you're having. Like, it is a hint. It's not a whole serving size. And a whole clinical serving size would be astronomically large anyways to be eating in any kind of serving.
Which have historically been used to dye foods yellow. So here are some products that actually use natural dyes instead of synthetic dyes. Now, obviously, these are ultra-processed products. They are not beacons of health by any stretch of the imagination. But it is interesting to see how
Ain't nothing wrong with some mashed potatoes. That's a beacon of health if I've seen one.
something like an instant mashed potato with this distinctive yellow color on it uses natural dyes instead of the food dyes that the food industry does seem to be so attached to. So in this, for example, scrolling down the ingredients list, I can see annatto extract, which is a type of seed from Mexico, paprika extract, that's also used for color. And those are the only colors in here. Obviously, it has some other chemicals that are used in ultra-processed foods. Now, these are really marketed as healthy, and I will say from a health perspective, not necessarily going to be delivering the kind of fiber.
So true. I don't get why people think these are healthy, is if it's like the green printing. It probably is. Like, simple brain folks are like looking at this thinking, oh, this is a good alternative to my potato chips with Lay's. But the reality is, it's the same fucking calories that the Lay's are anyways. It's the same product. It's got oil. It's got deep fried shit going on. It's not even vegetables. It's just like a fucking seasoning. It's crazy to me. People eat this shit up at Costco. I see people fill their fucking shopping carts with it. And it's like, dude, you're just eating potato chips. It's literally just marketing. It's like if I gave you testosterone, except it's Masteron. It's like, it's still an anabolic steroid, buddy. It's still the same concept.
And vegetables that you would get from just eating a carrot, but they don't have the food dyes that you might find in some other products. So this uses beetroot powder and turmeric extract to get these kinds of colors that you see on the front of the packet. So if you're trying to avoid food dyes in food, the number one thing you should look for is the USDA organic seal. Anything with that seal cannot contain synthetic food dyes. If there is
Or just eat steaks.
an organic label, look on the ingredients, and it might be listed under a few different names. Typically, it will say something like FD and C and then a number. FD and C means the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act of 1938. It basically means that the number that's listed there has been put into the FDA's database, so it's something that's regulated by the FDA. So red number 40 is FDNC Red 40, and it might be listed under a few different names. And I'm actually going to read them because there are so many. So there's Red 40, Red 40 Lake, FDNC Red number 40, FDNC Red number 40 Aluminum Lake.
What the hell even is that? How is that sensible to put into an ingredient list? I just don't understand how a manufacturer of a company is like, we're going to feed these children good, I tell you. Let's put FCDE Red 40 Aluminum Lake in this. It'll be great. I just don't understand.
Allura Red AC, CI Food Red 17, Red number, what is that? Okay. INS number 129 and E129. And then other products, it's the same thing. So red number 3 might be FDNC number 3 or red dye number 3.
That's ludicrous.
Generally, you're looking for a color, a number, a few letters. It might give you a red flag. It's unclear how much synthetic food dye we consume because it's in so many products. It's likely a very small amount, but it is everywhere.
The fiber gummies are dyed with, you actually checked. The fiber gummies are dyed with cherry and pumpkin juice. Let's fucking go. Hey man, I'm glad that you're able to eat those fiber gummies. Chew them up. Have an extra one for me tonight, please. No, she didn't.
It's great. I can't lie. Okay.
I can't say that on YouTube. So yeah, that's the red 40 going out the door. Or red 3, sorry. Red 3. Weird to ban something for cosmetics, but then go, well, it's fine to eat. That's a true fact. How the hell do you say something causes cancer and it's illegal and then give it to someone for 3 years? Yeah. True. If they label something healthy, it's just so the person doesn't feel guilty and keeps eating more. Yeah. I think what people interpret healthy as is it's like I can eat it well and hearty and it's not bad for me. Like people usually know like, oh, if I'm having ice cream, I should have just a few bites. But if it's like healthy ice cream, well, I can eat the whole thing and be gluttonous and not feel bad about it. James Foster, Mr. Bell, Anime Shreds, please cover this guy. Crazy backstory, false names, subscribe. Scrubbed information and horrible fitness advice plus terrible products. No one has covered him yet. I'm going to put it on my list, mister. I will definitely put it on my list. I will put it on my list. Let's see. What's his name? Mr. Belmer. Anime Shreds. I'm assuming these are like all his handles. I'll definitely cover him. I don't know if you want me to, let's see, Mr. Belmar. Oh, is it this guy? This long-haired guy?
Did you see the whole thing with Monster? The people look at it almost like if there's 3 claws.
Yeah.
It's not 3 claws. It's the Roman numeral 6. So it's 666, the number of the beast. Yeah. And then you look at it and there's a cross. So when you turn it, it's an inverted cross. Not drinking it. Guess what? Walking with Luke, I'm like, bro, look at that can of drink. Another one. Liquid death.
Man, this one's gonna be great.
How do you whiten teeth? Ideally, like getting rid of anything that's toxic. So no tap water in the mouth, no toxic toothpaste in the mouth. You make sure you have like a nice toothbrush. It's not microplastics. Add a little baking soda plus coconut oil mixed with a drop of tea tree oil and just brush your teeth. Make sure you brush your teeth consciously with the right hand, then the left hand. Do both hands. That's usually what I brush my teeth with. How do you whiten
This guy's
teeth?
eyebrows
Ideally,
are thicker than my future. That's insane. He's talking about microplastics, but has jewelry all over him. It's kind of crazy. Secret potion
First thing I
review.
do in the morning, wake up, do a potion. This is one of my favorite potions for cleansing the body. It's warm water, with a shot of mother apple cider vinegar, chlorophyll, lemon, and 3 drops of wild pressed oregano oil. Wild pressed oregano oil, the amount of antioxidants and antiseptics it has, it cleans you from the inside out. First thing I do in the morning, wake up.
It's also it's a powerful antibiotic. It really is. It kills good bacteria just as good as bad bacteria, which is crazy. I'm definitely gonna have to check this guy out. 2 hours. Wow. Huh. Man, this guy has a pretty deep fucking backstory. Not terrible toothbrushing advice. No, I'd say that's actually very valid. Toothbrush, actually, like, I'm going to get a lot of shit. Mouthwash and hypertension. I don't use mouthwash because it's very clearly that it causes hypertension, right? Like, and people give me so much shit for this. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Like, it causes hypertension, and even brushing your teeth at a fundamental level can reduce nitric oxide, which is a horrible concept. And if you're having bad boners, you're not able to, functionally have great blood pressure, you might want to stop off the fucking fluoride-induced nitric oxide eliminating fucking mouthwash, bro. It's not a bad idea. He looks like Mike O'Hearn light. Jesus, that's accurate as fuck. He looks like Mike O'Hearn's young prodigy. He looks like what Mike O'Hearn looked like before taking Tren. I'm not gonna lie, dudes look maxing though. Got real fresh skin, great hairline, long oily hair. Love to see that, because it's goals. I got cursed with some bullshit, but hey. Man, I am going to love this. Yeah, I'll look more into that for sure. He has some good stuff, but if you look at his real advice, it's wild stuff. Heavy claims, have to mix with the good with the bad. I think that's everybody. I think that's absolutely every influencer ever. You will always hear this. I've said it so many times. They will coat something in good and then interject bad, right? So Andrew Tate's famous at this. You should respect women, take care of your women, make enough money so you can support your woman, and do all these nice things for her, show her that she's super important for your life. And everyone's like, yeah, you know what? That sounds really good. That sounds really nice. And I think that's a good value. But she should also cook all your food for you. And she should make sure you never have to lift a hand. Then it's like, oh, whoa. Like, I didn't sign up for this. I just said the nice parts. What's going on? Like, this is everybody. That's how everybody functions on social media. You say some good, and then you interject the bad. And it's like, all right, this guy's just a psychopath. Okay, I hear it. Don't tell that guy about duck eggs. Yeah, he'll go fucking crazy on duck eggs. Go to the gram. All right, Mr. Belmar on the gram. Let's do it. Let's see what he has to show us.
From tap, and I don't think that's good either, right?
Local spring in my area. And then what I do is grab massive 20-gallon bottles. Thick plastic is fine as long as there's no exposure to sun and it's not in a heated environment and the water's super cold. You're fine. And I'll do one trip every 3 weeks and go collect water.
Wait, wasn't he just he was just talking so much shit about the whole plastics thing. He's using plastic to transfer his water. And by the way, PFOAs, which are, well, there's a lot of different kinds of things. There's PFOAs and there's these glyphosates and such. This stuff is in natural spring water too. Like, that's been studied quite well.
What are the natural ways to boost your testosterone?
In my opinion, people are freaking out about levels of testosterone. I know a lot of jacked guys that have low levels of testosterone. You're talking about completely deregulating your biology. People fear estrogen. I think you need to have estrogen as a male as well. There has to be a balance. The problem is everything around us is high levels of estrogen, low levels of testosterone.
What are the...
He literally said nothing. He gave me nothing there. All I heard was absolutely fucking nothing, and an annoying voice that makes me want to smash my face into a wall harder than my testicles shrinking from all of the microplastics.
So what I had done was I bulked up to
Dude, his voice is gonna, I literally can't listen to it. This is crazy. I'll have to definitely do a deep dive on this, man. You gotta love people like this. It's, you know what works? The only reason his shit works, the only reason it captivates people is because he literally is an attractive male. Like, that is the only reason. He's an attractive male, he's got a decent physique, and he has like that deep cut t-shirt in every fucking video of himself.
So what I had done,
he's got that deep cut going on. Every video of himself.
right here,
he's wearing that weird necklace. Like, that is the only fucking reason this guy's anyone.
When sleep schedule is bad, the best thing you want to do is reset your circadian rhythm. The last thing you want to do is to be a complete bot, going to sleep at night and having the blue light. One of the best things you can do, just a couple taps, you'll figure it out. This will automatically just reduce the dopamine. If you want to recover when...
Expert level advice. Top tier. I need to pay this man something. I need to pay this man so much right now. What's his funnel? Ah, there we go. $19 a month for the school platform. Join the the world's first anime fitness community. What the fuck? This has nothing to do with anime, though. Why even say that? Like, what does this have to do with anime at all? What? You will get access to the following. Live calls with Mr. Belmar. Wow, $5,000 value? Really? Where did that value come from? His asshole? Exclusive training plans for bulking and losing weight. A $200 value. So how is a call more important than plans that are going to lose weight? I don't understand. 70 delicious food recipes for bulking and shredding. Wow, ramen noodles, $50. 150 tutorials. 30 hours of exclusive content. Oh my God, the value stacking here is insane. I have to join this funnel. Over $6,873. Risk-free. 14 days. Oh, man. You know, I'm curious. Are you allowed to... Privacy policy, plans, practice... Schools... processing... I'd be curious, because I'd join this and just, like, show you guys what's in it, if I could. But I don't want to break any terms of service and get my ass sued. I'll look into it. But, man, this just reads as much bullshit as it is. I guarantee you. Oh, God damn it, man. I need to start a school community. What is this? How much is this? 4,000 people, $19 a month. 4,100 people times 19. Please don't be that big of a number. Jesus fucking Christ. People are paying this man $80,000 a month for this information. What am I doing right now? Oh my God, dude. What? Oh, man. I feel bad about myself. Come on. $80,000 a month for this shit? Join the world's first anime fitness community focused on health, biohacking, fitness, and self-improvement. Dojo Alliances. What is Dojo's Alliances? Where am I going, chat? What the fuck? There's events? No. Wow. All right, James, it's going deep. I'll trust you. I'm excited. Man, I'm just blown away that a school community at $19 a month is making... This is like better than OnlyFans. That's crazy. All because the guy's got some sick looks. That's it. That's all it is.
In this video, I'm gonna show you how you can go from being overweight and out of shape to being absolutely shredded and fit, just like an anime character. And whether you believe it or not, I actually used to be overweight, out of shape, and even to the point where life was so hard, I was suicidal. Truth is, never in a million years did I ever think
he was literally just blowing his gut out there.
I would be in this position today with a physique in the shreds I currently have. What I've truly come to realize is that most people struggle because they don't master the basics. Your health impacts your relationships, your experiences, and how you're able to connect with other people at a conscious and subconscious level. It is neglected and pushed to the side by everybody.
I'm going in on this with my team, boys. Now it's a vendetta. I'll cook this guy, and then I'll duplicate his process and make it better. And we'll make 100K a month, and then I'll donate Bugattis to everybody. Everyone's going to get a Bugatti. You, me, the guy in back, we'll all get Bugattis.
Trump just launched a meme.
Okay, let's... Should we watch this? I think we got to watch this one. So Trump launched a meme coin.
Trump just launched a meme coin. Welcome back to The Void. This is not how I wanted to start my 2025. Let me tell you that right now. Here's the tweet. My new Donald Trump official meme is here. It's time to celebrate everything we stand for. Winning. Join my very special Trump community. Get your Trump now.
That's so wild.
Go to gettrumpmemes.com. When you go there, you join the Trump meme, which is buying something and hoping it goes up in value. Currently, that's...
But he's saying this facetiously, but like the value... Bro, see how many millionaires have been made so far? I'm not talking... I hate gambling. I hate crypto. This is for sure going to be a presidential rug pull, by the way. But you cannot deny the fact that thousands of people have been made millionaires by this coin. Thousands of people.
Stands at a $13 billion market cap.
That's
because
insane.
Nothing matters, which is great. I think that's cool. I think that's awesome. In addition, $12 million has been made in fees.
Jesus Christ, $12 million. Trump is raking it in, man.
Already, just on the trading volume, which
300 and oh my God.
Which is over a...
I'll definitely... Dude, you got to drive around in the Bugatti with the Shiba. Go pick up your treats in a Bugatti with the Shiba. That sounds way more, way better.
$1 billion so far, and I think that's even better. I'm joking. I don't even know. I'm speechless, actually. I don't know what to say. It's historic in its stupidity. It's historic in its grift. The level of scam here to use the days before your presidency, your inauguration, to use that as a hype project for the meme. Like, did this guy want to do the presidency the second time, or was this the meme coin hype plan? We're 2 days away, okay? Understand, we are 2 days away from an inauguration. I mean, should he be writing a speech? He's launching a meme coin. Okay, that's the start of it. That's the start of the grift. Then you have to understand that the Trump meme coin, which has no value, no intrinsic value, 80%...
It's bringing America back. That's what the fucking value is.
...is owned by the Trump camp.
80%? Yo. That's some risky business right there. Like, they pull the rug on you, and the community is the only ones that has that 20% left. Yeah, that's flatlining so fast.
Only 20% goes to the public. 10% went to the liquidity pool, and 10% went to the public allocation. Here's the rest of it. This is their website.
Wow.
GetTrumpMemes.com. And yes, I've thought at first this was a hack. I was like, there's no way this could be true. They also have a, Donald Trump Truth Social post about it. Phantom.
The problem with this is it's going to seriously justify all the people who have done rug pulls. Like, they're going to be like, see, I told you it wasn't a scam. You guys just didn't believe in the project. And they're going to, like, the Haktua girl, like, all these fucking people are going to go absolutely lunatic psychopath mode and talk so much shit about how their coin wasn't a scam, and look how Trump is doing it, and look how right I was, and, like, all of this. It's just going to be a mess. It's going to be an absolute fucking disaster.
Phantom Wallet has, verified it. I hope to everything that I will wake up and find I've been deepfaked. Let me just say that for the record. If this is wrong, and this is just sort of an initial reaction thing. I will do a follow-up if there's more details that come out. I mean, it seems like a straightforward grift to me, but I hope that I'm wrong. But at least at first glance, it appears to be what it is.
Do crypto coins actually have any intrinsic value other than value given by people? No. They have literally no substantial purpose. That's what's crazy. So you're buying into an object that's based around the value of it is proportional to the amount of people that buy it. And so really what you're buying is someone's popularity, because if they're not popular enough to get enough people to buy it to create a false value, then you're fucked. Yet no fiat currency has real value. Yeah. Basically you have to just really cross your fingers that if you buy this thing, you come in at the right time and you leave at the right time. But it's always coming down because it has no point in the market. You can't spend it on anything. You can't go, walk into the Bugatti store and get your Bugatti with it. You just got to hope that you have it for long enough to compound your investment and then get rid of it quick enough so that you don't lose out on everything, which that transaction has such a high risk. The probability of winning is very, very low.
It looks like, which is a former president about to be president using the hype of their campaign to launch. I mean, it's so insane. I mean, it's funny in its insanity, but it's also gross.
Yeah, this could also backfire hilariously if it ends in a rug pull. Could actually see legal fallout depending on the damages. This is what I don't understand about it. And I think it's cool because I have literally seen people in the comment sections and on Reddit who have, like, there was this one guy in specific, I was like, dude, that's crazy. He put his whole entire life savings, part-time guy, works at a restaurant, has $3,000 to his name, put it all in the coin, made $250,000, took it out, and he's like crying. Doesn't know what to do with it, right? He's buying a house now. Absolutely insane. So it's made a lot of people rich like that. But absolutely, if this thing does rug pull, like, what the fuck? Like, you are the president. You can't be rug pulling your general population. That is new. Like, that is the Communist Party coming to you and saying, hey, we'll like a massive component of your paycheck. We're also going to take half of your food in stock for our armies. Thanks. Bye. It's like, what is going on here, man? This is absolutely ludicrous. Again, I think it's, great. People have gotten rich. I would have loved to be in it. I literally, I didn't know this was happening, but I kid you not, if I knew this was actually happening, if I had heard about it beforehand, I would have 100% put like $50,000, literally $50,000 into it that day, because it's going to blow up. And then 3 hours later, pull out. You can win off cryptocurrency. Like, you can. I just don't understand how people don't, because you have to do the timing right? And you kind of have to have insider information. But at the end of the day, I didn't have that, so that's why I didn't make money. But it did make people rich. It's just kind of disgustingly fucked up that ultimately the president is the one doing this, and they own 80% of the liquidity pool, which means that as soon as they're ready to sell, when that token is like, its market cap is insane, and they make, $1 billion or something, what happens to the rest of the people? They're fucked.
In how cynical it really is. I mean, you have to understand, most of the people who actually buy this, like sincerely buy this, are like diehard DJing crypto heads who might make some money because they spend all day on deck screener looking for coins, and they caught this at 100K, or they caught this at 10 million, and now it's 13 billion, right? They're gonna make money. Most people who this is actually targeted at, which is normies, who go, what's a Solana? What's I just learned about what Bitcoin was. What's a smart contract? Can I buy it with a credit card? Like, the people buying this with a credit card? Roasted, dude. Game over. Obliterated.
So
you're gone. You're done. You're never gonna. And then, by the way, of course, the third group, besides the snipers, the people, the degens who are looking for this, who are going to make money, the public's going to get wrecked, and then the other people are going to make money, as obviously the people who are going to make the most money are the insiders. Number one, the part of the Trump camp that knew this was coming out, knew the contract address, who got it right when it launched, right? Obviously.
Can you imagine being one of those insiders? Trump calls you, he's like, hey, I'm dropping this coin at 9 a.m. Put $1 million into it right now. Cool. Send it over. 6 hours later, you're a multi-billionaire. What the fuck, dude? Is that really what it takes to make it in this world? Oh my God. Like all the hours and effort you guys put towards something that I put towards stuff, all the hours and hours and hours of slop ass work that we have to fucking just heave and hoe. And then some guy gets a call from Donald Trump, hey man, put $1 million here. And in 6 hours, he's a billionaire. Like, even if you were an insider and you were broke, Donald Trump calls you, hey, you need money, put it in here. It's like you go pull a loan for 100K, put it in there. Oh, I'm now a multimillionaire. Cool. Can you imagine? Like, what the fuck would I don't even know. Like, I genuinely would be, it blows my mind. It really does. Like a meme, a fucking meme could get someone more rich than I've ever been in my entire life within a few hours.
Other people who are going to make money are the insiders who are going to get the rest of this 80%. So basically, Trump launched this through CIC Digital, who I think he launched his other NFTs with.
All you need to do is build clout and finish off with a scam. Easy. We're working on a clout. I would never do this, honestly. I would not. You can clip this and fucking paste it all over the place. I would never do this to anybody. I think it's absolutely horrible behavior.
According to this article by ABC, CIC Digital is fully owned by the Donald Trump Revocable Trust. So it's kind of unclear exactly, like, is he getting paid a licensing deal for this? Is he just one of the guys? It's not that clear. But let's just break down, because I think that's kind of intentional that it's not that clear. Here's the creators. Here's the allocation. So there's 6 groups who are getting the rest of the 80%, and they're all labeled very obscurely. Like, it's just, you know, creators in CIC Digital 1, CIC Digital 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it.
No billionaires were made yet. Under 900 million liquidity. Lots of multimillionaires, yeah. Yeah, I'm exaggerating, but regardless, like the multimillionaires that have been made from this, actually ludicrous. Or let alone the $100,000 heirs, right? So like people who had like maybe a couple $1,000s to their name who now have hundreds of cash, like hundreds in cash, like literally hundreds of thousands. Can you imagine the tax implications of this though? You actually have to claim crypto on taxes, by the way. That's it's a new thing. And there's probably people who have, made a 200K after putting in 3K or something. And now they're going to pull that out and be like, holy shit, yippee-ki-yay, like buy all this shit. Little do they know they're going to owe 50% of that into the US government. And they're absolutely thrashed. They're like good night and good garbage, they'll spend it. And then little do they know, hey, you owe the IRS $150,000 from 2025. Can we have that money? You're like, assets gone. Assets gone. House gone. Car gone. Everything gone in an instant.
That's all the description we get, at least on this page. And you can see that they're not locked up at the start. They have a 3 to 12 month lockup duration, depending on the group. And basically they unlock.
Wow, it dropped from 77 to 35. Whoa. 77 to 30. Dude, it dropped in half. Oh my God. Oh man, some people got thrashed. I guarantee it. Someone put in a fuck ton of money right at 70. They're like, hey bro, this thing's gonna blow, man. We're gonna fucking win it. Come on, babe. Just give me all your fucking cash. We're going to get it together. We're going to do this thing. We're going to break it out of poverty. We're going to do this. And then it fucking crashes down to 70s or down to the 30s. It's just like, oh, we just lost 2/3 of our income, babe. Sorry. Yikes.
Lock over 24 months. That's the punchline. So over 3 years, all of this will be unlocked. This token will be diluted by the rest of that 80%. What I think is so cynical about this is that it's going to fully vest during the presidency. So it's like there's no way that they're not going to get millions of dollars out of this. They're going to extract so much value from the Trump base and degens, of course. But it's insane. It's like going to be the historic grift I honestly can't believe it. I'm like waiting for someone. Is somebody going to stop this? Like, is this allowed?
Yeah, I'm so perplexed at how like no one's questioning the validity of this and like the legalities, because it has to be a little bit of a conflict of interest to become the president and then sell a coin before your inauguration. Like that seems like a little bit of conflict of interest. Like you have some clue into your essential stock price skyrocketing, so you buy into it 80%, essentially is what he's done ahead of time. It just seems like a bit of an iffy one there.
But yeah, no, it's insane. I mean, how could this not, like, how do you expect people to lose interest in a coin when the guy is running the free world? And that's not an endorsement, because the coin is going to be sold by insiders. But it's like, I saw a tweet that I was just like, yes. Somebody goes, crime is legal. And that's how I kind of felt about that. I was like, that's how it feels right now. I mean, to say it's a conflict of interest is like, you know, insulting all the people who've had conflicts of interest before. It's so crazy to use the presidency in this manner to pump a meme coin to enrich yourself, insiders, and basically everyone but your standard base, right? Because the standard Trump guy and girl, they aren't like crypto people. You know, maybe a little bit. Like a part of his base has become crypto people because of this new crypto turnaround he's done in the last few years. But besides those people who've already gotten the coin, before you watch this thing, they already got the coin. It's a disaster. It's a disaster for most of his supporters. And that's what is like the grossest part of this whole thing is like, you're not only doing the world dirty, your own fans are gonna get wrecked on this. Look, obviously the website gives the old boilerplate, like we make no promises the Trump meme will increase in value or maintain the same value you paid as the amount you paid to purchase same. So misspelled that. Nice. This totally wasn't thrown together last minute, guys. Last minute to take advantage of this incoming inauguration of the president of the free world.
This is just sketchy. It's just sketchy. Like, you can't tell me this is not insider trading. I mean, this is just absolutely horrific. I don't understand how this is not being regulated right now.
The Trump meme website states that it is not political and has nothing to do with any political campaign or...
Well, you can't say that because it's literally the guy who's going to be the fucking president in just a few, literally hours at this point. Like, what? That's ridiculous.
Political office.
It doesn't count just because he put it on a piece of paper. It doesn't count.
Or government agency. Honestly, I think they're going to backtrack on this one. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, there's no way they fully embrace it.
They're not going to backtrack on this. There's not. Like, 10 times out of 10, Trump is going to bring this shit up in his inauguration. Have you seen what my coin has done? And he's going to talk about how great it is, and it's going to pump even harder on that day. There's no shot they're backtracking.
It's too insane. They're going to pretend that they weren't like behind this. They're going to, I don't know what they're going to do, actually. I don't know.
This is nothing. This is absolutely nothing to what's going to happen in a few months. Give this man time to cook, because I guarantee you the shit that's about to happen is going to far exceed a meme coin.
Every time I think it's like it's gone too far, it's like, it's so insane because Trump was like, you know, doing this whole crypto thing. I know people are going to say, oh, he's been in crypto for a little bit. He was still pretending to be like on the sort of like, oh, we're trying to be utility side of things. He was doing like NFTs for the art, you know. You remember the AI generated, or it looks like AI generated thing where Trump's like ripped and like in the Superman outfit, super cringe. And then he did the whole He did the World Liberty Financial where they were going to do a fork of Aave. They were just at least saying that it was going to have utility, even if there wasn't any. What I find interesting about this is like, it's just, you can't even pretend that this is doing something. The distribution also, you have to understand, guys. I know some of you who watch this maybe aren't crypto people. This distribution is like insane.
This is
crypto
whack.
people are going to get behind this because they're...
If you ever see a coin, generally just don't buy coins. But if you ever see something that has 80% of its market share owned by the people selling you the product, it's a bad idea. Because tomorrow they could pull out 80% fair and square, and then you're left with the 20% and all the other losers who bought into it, and you're left with essentially is a worthless coin because the whole value of the coin was just removed within one single swoop. It takes like 10 calls and then all the value's gone.
Sycophants who want to suck up so that the government is going to help them because they've been like kicked by the government.
Yeah, like this is going to absolutely light a fire under all the crypto bros and be like, I told you so. We weren't scammers. You're idiots. You just don't know how money works. Blah, 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 blah.
Government for a while. So they're just going to suck up to power because they need regulators to be on their side. So you'll see a lot of crypto people be like, oh, 80%, that's fine. That's not normal. It's not. Maybe for like a layer 1 token where there's going to be like a ton of development work, then monetizing the back end supports development work for years to come. This is a meme coin. There's no development work to be done after this. It's done. They're just rent seeking 80% of the value of this thing. And it's a zero-sum game. So think about it. It's a zero-sum game where the last person holding the dollar loses, and they're...
Remember when the presidents divested their businesses when they became president? Yeah, that's a fucking good point. Oh, it's not anymore. It's 2025 now.
Taking 80%...
We're in a whole different world. This is the Wild West. We're about to turn back the other way.
...of the value. Need I say more? For no reason. For no reason. There's not a justification like, hey guys, we're going to like develop it for years. No. They're not even pretending to have a development plan in place. At least with World Liberty Financial, they were pretending. They had they were like, oh, we're going to develop this for years to come. Just kidding. Let's launch on Solana. All right. Well, look, I'll probably follow up about this later. I'm tired for a lot of reasons, but what a start to
Why on earth did Trump do this? I'm a Trump guy and this really kills me. Yeah. I mean, I like Trump too for a lot of reasons. I think he's also an idiot for many other reasons, right? Like, it's just, I'm not left or right. I think people kind of confuse the ability to have a political opinion as you are left or right, and I'm definitely not either of those things. But I think the reason that he did this is because it's simply going to fashion himself as a millennial more than he currently is. And he probably realizes how much that's going to benefit him in the next several years, like he did with bringing TikTok back already, like how much that's going to earn him a good cookie with the millennial group. It's like he made, a couple hundred people millionaires who would have never had that opportunity. So it's going to sound really great on paper, and it's going to look really good in the press, and it's going to look really good when his inauguration's happening. He's like, X, Y, and Z homie just became, multimillionaire. He never would have had the chance before. And then, he's going to roll off that until the 80% is unlocked, and then they can pull, and no one's going to question it because it's old news. That's honestly the reality of it. It's just over, man. He just owns it, bro. And the Melania coin? I don't know, dude.
The year, I don't know, man. Can we just reset this?
I hate to say it, but Trump tends to rub shoulders to just about anyone that flatters him. Wouldn't be surprised if someone sweet talked him into thinking it was a good idea. Yeah, and I get it from coming from his perspective, because you probably have so many people trying to tell you what you should do, and the few people that you trust might not have the best general intellect of like what's going on in the world, or situational awareness of like people like you and me. So it sounds like a great idea to them, and they're hyping each other up in like some kind of boardroom, right? And they're like, "We should do this. Yeah, it'll be so great. Like it'll be so good. It's gonna the optics of this situation are gonna be phenomenal for us. It's gonna be great, and we'll make money out of it." It's just like, for them in that little boardroom, it's gonna make sense. But for us on the ground, living in our single family homes and shit, I don't think it's gonna make a whole lot of sense. Maybe we'll do meme coins daily.
Insane. Like I said, I hope it turns
my soul bag pumped. I bet.
out I'm wrong. But I don't think I am. My final question, which I just don't have answered, is just who these groups are, the creators and CIC Digital. If I had to guess, the guys who are gonna unlock first, which means after 3 months, are gonna be the Trump, like the closest inner circle. And then everyone will unlock after that. You can expect that the price of Trump coin is going to catastrophically fall once that unlock starts to happen. All right, that's basically it. I don't know how to end this. It's gonna be a long year.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. It's gonna be a big rug pull. I'm just like looking at the comments here. Seems like people are pretty not shocked by this at all, unfortunately. And then he launches Melania coin. Did he actually launch Melania coin? I thought that was a joke. No. Oh my God, you guys. You cannot be so serious right now. Melania Trump has launched her own meme coin, Melania, following her husband's new cryptocurrency. The official Melania meme is live. You can buy it by Melania now. Melania Trump posted on social media platform X on Sunday. The website for the coin describes Melania's memes as a fungible crypto asset created and tracked by Solana blockchain. Melania coin comes amid the recent embrace of cryptocurrency and the community surrounding it by President-elect Trump, who now has his own cryptocurrency. Wow. Trump had previously called crypto a scam, but later backed it on his campaign trail, becoming the first candidate for president to accept digital assets his donors could give to his campaign via its joint fundraising committees with any cryptocurrency accepted through Coinbase Commerce product. Oh my God, man. On Friday, the first crypto ball was thrown by Trump's incoming artificial intelligence. What? In crypto Caesar David Sachs in Washington, D.C. The cryptocurrency industry spent large sums of money during the last election and is now prepping for a wish list for President-elect's long term. Oh, this just sounds so bad. This just sounds so bad, man. I thought you were kidding when you said Melania coin. I thought it was a joke. It is not a joke. What is this? What are we even watching? Donald Trump's meme coin drops 38%. Ooh, as wife Melania launches coin. Jesus Christ. Oh my Lord. This just looks so bad. This just looks so freaking bad right now. Like, hey babe, I'm making $1 million off of this thing. You should try it too. And she fucking does it, and oh my God. Oh my God, this can't be real. Just thrashed. All the losers who bought up here for the 30 minutes, the 30 minutes where it really pumped, like it quadrupled, it quintupled in value, and then crashed a few minutes later. Like, oh fuck, man. You bought in, let's say you bought in at 1600, you're cooking. In just, 20 minutes, you made literally so much money. If you miss it by 5 minutes, you're down an astronomical amount of money. You miss it by 5 more minutes, you're down. You lost money. You miss it by 5 more minutes, dude, you're even further down. Like, you're screwed. A 30-minute pump and dump, yeah. Dude, that's nuts. Oh my God, man. You can't even make this shit up, dude. You can't even make this stuff up. Oh, this is just so wild to me. Like, the world's burning and this is what's happening. Wow. What has the world become, my guys? 80% of the loss was Trump's family, right? Yeah. The Soul Network is completely congested. Everyone got stuck. I bet. And it, like I said, only took 30 minutes. That's all it took. They made billions in 30 minutes. If you put money in and couldn't get it out, you were fucked. I bet RFK or Don Jr. drops a coin tomorrow. I don't doubt it. Now that's Cali. That's the true fucking scheme. I just can't, dude, I can't believe this. I feel so bad for the people who invested right here and they took too long to sell. And it took, 30 minutes and all their money was gone. All their money was gone. Just ripped right from under them. Oh my God. Ouch. Just ouch. Baron coin. Dude, it's coming. It's coming. Oh, fuck. This is crazy. Well, hey, you know what? President's president. He can do what he wants, right? We can't say anything. We can just sit here and laugh all day about it, Just have a jolly old good time. A fool and his money are soon parted. Yeah. Dude, this is such a sad day. I just can't stop thinking about the people who literally invested so much money, astronomical amounts of money into this, just to lose it instantly. Because that they thought about it too, right? Like, Trump drops it. They're like, okay, so his coin's going to drop in value. And then everybody who saw that coin and heard the stories of people becoming millionaires is now going to want the Melania coin. And so they're going to invest into that, thinking that they can make money, except it's going to be an even harder pull because she's not the president. People aren't going to have the kind of optics they're having on Trump on her. And so she can do even a harder pull, make even more money. And it's just like, bam, bam, double tap, billions of dollars made. Absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous, man. The good times we're in. The good times we're in. If you're dumb enough to invest in this kind of crap, you're the deserve the fallout. Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to watch this video, but I think it might be a little too late, to be honest with you guys. I have business to attend to, So let's see. Painter and sheetrock guy will be there at 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning. I'm remodeling new parts of my house. Okay. Call me crazy, but I like Wes Watson more after that fight. You're crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Shit, man. Well, you guys, I appreciate you being here. I think I'm going to pop off. I think that's enough slop for me today. Honestly, it was a bit overwhelming. I'm shocked at the amount of slop that we just witnessed. So, I hope you have a wonderful time. and enjoy your life. Don't invest in any cryptocurrencies if you don't know that you're for sure going to win money. That's lesson learned. Lesson 2, eat whole foods. Don't eat dyes. Absolutely terrible idea. That is an awful plan. Don't do that. So simply avoid Red 3 because it's being banned, but it won't be initiated until 2027 for some reason. And stay healthy, stay happy. Night, everyone. I hope you stay nice and safe in your cozy little homes or apartments or whatever you're doing. And if you ever need anyone to help you, the comment section is a great place on this channel, or the Discord, where you can connect with me immediately. If you just tag me in there, I'll see and say, hey, what's up, man? And we'll talk. But I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all giving me your time of day. Do consider subscribing to the other channel, by the way. We're going to go over to that channel right now.
This is America's most racist man, and
this is the channel. Okay, we're going to post up clips here and more stuff later on. This is my cringe channel, the fun one. If you're interested, I would suggest that you subscribe to it. That's where I'm going to have some of this content be, as opposed to the fitness sort of guru stuff on the other channel. So I highly suggest you look into this. We'll be on there. I'm going to actually change the name because of this chat right here today. So what was the Cringy Slot by K? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Cringy Slot by K. I don't actually, there we go. Cringe Slop. Cringe Slop by K. It's done. She's in the books. It's been inaugurated, as some might say. Let's get that bitch up to 100 subs at least, all right? Hope you have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Stay safe. Be humble. Love life.